Welcome back to another episode of Hot Takes and Big Mistakes. We are here with the beautiful, the wonderful victim of the Venus flytrap, juror number 4, Kai.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
I'm tired.
Tired?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Talk to us a little bit more. What happened?
I shot myself in the foot, but I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. I think physically this game officially took me out. I'm about to cry because I felt how physically tired I am.
I get it.
It's okay.
But I won. I could have had a flower. I trusted the two that were there, and I trusted the person who put a Venus on me. I gave them 2 seats to put a Venus on someone
Which
else.
is nasty. I also, in my... to make it about me real quick, when I played in Greenhouse 3, and I famously gave Edmund a seed, which he then used to fly trap me. So
twins.
we are sisters. We are sisters in that.
Honestly,
You're sitting here with a fellow flytrap victim, and let me tell you, we get the call. We get
You
the
get
call.
back.
We get the call from the host, from the network, and they say, we'd love to see you again.
As of right now, I don't want to call.
But I'm telling you, you'll sit on it and you'll feel a
You
little
say
bit
that, I
different.
don't want to. I'm tired. I genuinely am so happy I got to play this. Like, literally up until the day before, I was considering not coming in. Because so Dylan told me about it. He was just like, you should do this thing. It's going to be fun. And it was like right after I got laid off. So I was like, oh, sure, something new, something fun. But the anxiety was always too much because I hate deception games. Like, I hate playing I'm a gamer. Hate Among Us, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just did it because I wanted to make experiences before I leave Austin, because I'm leaving since I lost my job, and I learned that I'm good at it.
That you are. That you are.
Which I want to talk about. A lot of people that we've talked to in these exit interviews, when we've asked like who's in the best position, your name consistently came up.
Your name came up a lot.
With your fellow jurors, like a lot of them feel like you have played a game where you have positioned yourself so well. And unfortunately, I think they just sniffed it out. They sniffed it out that you were a little too powerful for them.
Definitely take it as a compliment.
I should have been out sooner.
You should
I have been out way sooner.
Something I thought was so interesting is that after the first round, when you were in power and everything came back, it was a new set of people in power. Stephanie ended up with a lot of heat, but you did not end up with as much heat.
Yes.
Which you arguably should have had just as much heat. So can you tell me what it felt like? And did you feel like a target was painted after your first time in power?
So, that first week was fun. It was the first time I realized I could truly puppeteer people without getting blood on my hands. I was able to convince Connor that he wasn't my target, and he absolutely was, and I gave him a seed for it. And then I was the one that got the information about Sean?
I don't think it's Sean.
Yeah.
Seth?
Steph. Last name, bro. Listen, I've been the same names all day.
Hey, shout out Sean!
Shout out to all the Seans out
He
there.
looks like a Sean. I'm so tired. He told me that information, and I was the one that led the charge to flip the votes. But for some reason,
Oh yeah.
you know, everyone was like, "Oh, but Stephanie did this," and because they had more seeds.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, and I was like, Connor, I saved you. What do you mean?
So what was your strategy that led you to fly under the radar so much? How do you think that really what made you successful there?
So the only strategy I had in here planned, and I said this in my beginning interview, was that I wanted to make friends with everyone, and that is the one thing I did. And
Absolutely.
you kind of saw that blow up in my tears during this last episode, but in a way of just like my words were everywhere because I talked to everyone. I think I was the only one that talked to every person in this house.
Yeah, I agree.
But this thing is, anytime something was about to happen and action was about to happen, I owned up to it before that person went on the block.
Smart.
So they were never upset with me. They were just like, hey, this thing is about to happen. This thing is going down. No one was surprised. And they were all just like, yo, you're playing a good game. And that was really it. I didn't want the sunflower in the first episode. Because I didn't want to be forced my hand. But at the same time, again, everything happens for a reason. That sunflower forced everyone to talk to me weekly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So everyone's just like, who's this? I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's my guy. This is my girl. So.
And I recognize that because I think there's a lot of power whenever you are sunflower the first round because of that, and then after
you get
that,
to know people.
Yes, and you have to leverage those relationships after that. I think you did a really good job with that because for me, just looking from the outside, I thought that okay, Kai has a lot of blood on her hands now. I'm thinking that round 2 you're gonna be floundering.
Yeah.
And that was not the case at all. So like that was fierce. That was really fierce. That was awesome.
You were one of the girls out there that was serving us looks, that was serving us plot, that was serving us gameplay. But
confessionals
now,
down.
Serving confessionals.
Yes.
But now we're gonna ask you to serve us with some of your piping hot takes.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Absolutely.
So our first one is, who is the biggest snake?
So obviously, first name that comes to mind. I don't think this is actually true, but first name that comes to mind is JP.
Get him.
Get him. Let him.
I mean, again, I think this episode I really showed that I was tired and exhausted from the lies. So I finally locked in on the final 4, and he was one of them. And I told him he was one of them since yesterday. And like I didn't know who the other 2 were, but he was always my final 4. And then he needed a big move, and honestly, I am a bigger move than Aaron. So Snake, yes. Smart, yes. The alliteration. Snake and smart.
Snake and smart.
And stupid for kidding you out. No,
let's add that one in
It
there.
was smart. It was smart.
It was very
I
smart.
would have beat him.
Yeah, and you were right, and you said it right there, and I said, oh.
I would have beaten him.
There's still a lot of game still to play.
Mm-hmm. I would love to know. I would love to know, who do you think is the biggest liar of the people still remaining? Maybe who's good at it.
Who was bad?
Who was bad at it?
Is it okay if there's so few people left, I could just go through the list.
Do it. Let them have it.
I think Mackenzie is a good truver. I think because she doesn't lie. She moves around it, which is true. I think that Dylan is a great liar. Fantastic liar.
Okay.
Because he's the reason I started unraveling this episode.
Ugh.
Him and JP are the reason I started unraveling this episode. 100%.
Who's in the best position right now? Because it was arguably you.
Yeah.
I think. Ask me that again in like 2 minutes. But just what I want to say right now is like, I have no idea how anyone's gameplay is gonna work without me there. Because I was critical to everyone, and like, the only person I can think of that might be ahead is JP because he made the move. But like, what are they doing without me? I'm sorry, not be a little.
Listen,
like I need to humble myself.
The brain tells the body to move. You know what I mean? And without a brain, girl, it's about to be Frankenstein gameplay.
I just there were so many conversations I was in where people were just like, oh yeah, this person got that person. I'm like, because I told them to.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, what about this person? Da, 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 da. And it finally bit me in the ass, which it should have a long time ago. People,
right.
My advice to the people that are like, talk to each other. Y'all would have been knowing I was cool with every one of y'all. Just fucking talk to each other.
Figuring out this late in the game is kind of crazy.
Like, I'll never forget. I think it was episode 2. I don't think this was recorded. So, this is tea.
Insider tea.
Yes.
Behind the scenes tea. Okay.
Off the record.
During week 2, when I first got paranoid because it was my first time on, like, not having safety, Courtney came to me and was just like, hey, I love what you're doing. You're playing great. You're telling people too much. And I said, that's the plan. That's the goal. Tell everyone enough about everything. It is. Because did I pull back a little bit? Yes. But at the same time, I didn't change how much I was playing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I still talked just as much. You just didn't hear me say anything anymore.
Right.
That's smart. Yeah, that's so smart. And all right, so I mean, Brady kind of touched on this a little earlier, but throughout these exit interviews, we've heard your name a lot with people who say that you were in the best position at the time of their exit. But we also heard that you were, in the eyes of the other players, you were the most likely to win. So I would love to hear your opinion now with the remaining cast. Who do you think is going to take the Greenhouse 7 crown?
Who do I hope or who do I want?
We can do both. We can do both.
Who do I hope? I hope. I have to say this quietly because they're out there. I hope Dylan wins. I think Dylan is playing under the radar enough that people... The reason why I say I don't know, because his name has come up multiple times. Whereas when my name came up, they only really met for one time. That's like
right.
But his name has come up multiple times. He's been on the block before. But he's not in any strong core. And I feel like now's the time to break up core. So he might be able to slide past without getting put under, because people need to break up. Unless they're respectful. I've been saying this a lot. Please know, I don't think they're stupid.
Nothing.
No.
Like,
This is not a
stupid.
serious
is-
environment.
no.
It's
yeah.
not serious, but like, unless they're stupid.
Right.
They need to break up the chorus. So
Right.
I think he's in a good position now that it's so few people. Because he has no one right next to him. Because it was me and I was going to backstab him.
I want to ask you,
Mm-hmm.
when you're looking at the winner, there's got to be someone that's not a winner that follows you next. Who do you think is going to be the next one to join the jury?
I hope it's Aaron. Because at least then I could say I left that seed. Be just like, oh, I left that seed. Because I could say even if I'm gone, I still had control, bitches. Just one more time.
I love that. I
But-
love that.
In my heart of hearts, I want my Black Girl Magic Alliance to go far, which was Aaron and Courtney. And I want my one-on-one, which was with Mackenzie, to go far. I want a woman to win. I do.
Well, looking at the numbers.
You looking at the numbers? It's looking
Look
at
at the numbers,
numbers.
So I guess
Statistics.
I did not want that woman's alliance, and that makes sense for my game.
And
It's even to this
And that's
day, I don't
fair to
regret
say.
it. I don't regret it.
that's fair.
I will say, who do I think is going next? Louis has too much power. It won't be him. I mean, he can't. He has the green thumb.
Right.
But his hourglass is about to run out of sand, do you think?
No, I think
Oh.
he's a secret person that no one's paying enough attention to.
It's because he's quiet.
We've heard
Yes.
that too. We've also heard that.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's because he wasn't making moves, but now he's in a position to have so much power.
Yep.
So I think the person that's gonna go home is who the fuck is left?
We have Louis, Courtney,
Stephanie.
Stephanie, Mackenzie, Aaron, JP,
Dylan.
Dylan.
It's Aaron or Dylan that's going home next.
Well, we'll stay tuned and see if that's what happens.
We shall see, we shall see. But what we do want to do is wrap up your entire experience. If you could, just let the viewers, let your fans at home, I'm sure you have a bunch of people just rooting for you throughout the season.
Kai
We would
Nation.
love to hear, how was your greenhouse experience? If you could wrap it up in a sentence, a word, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I would say, and if you ever have, I was very vocal about my anxiety, my mental health during this entire time, and I pushed through it, and I got to almost the second half of this entire experience, and just as a Black woman in this space, in this game, I had a freaking blast. I did something I never thought I could do. I was 2 seconds away from turning around, but everything happens for a reason, and now I know I can do the damn thing, and so can you.
Period. Kai, I am obsessed with you. I've told you from the beginning. I've told you
You
just
told me
from
episode 1.
episode 1.
I
I said I'm
know.
obsessed with you. You're an icon.
Thank
You're the
you.
legend. You're the mother. And I really hope that you're proud of your game. I really do hope that you're proud.
I am.
And people who are watching, if they came into the season hungry, you gave people something to chew on.
You said, here you go.
You
Here you
let
go.
them eat.
Where's your plate? Where's your plate?
Yeah.
Like,
I was the content.
you
so
were the content.
Sorry that I
Absolutely.
had to leave halfway through again.
But we will see you later for the jury roundtable, where we will discuss the people
I will
left.
drag them for filth.
And that's what we're going to hope. We
Yes.
are going to try and be nasty with y'all. But you have a really important decision, so start thinking about it. And we will see Kai later for the jury roundtable. As for us, you will see us next for you will see us for another exit interview on Hot Takes Big Mistakes with the next juror.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Amazing.